Hi, Cindy here, and I'm really in the mood to cook lamb and... No, I totally forgot what I was going to cook already. Ah, shoot. That's a bit early to muck it up. Lamb... Oh, Moroccan lamb, that's what it was. Alright. Hi, Cindy here, and today I'm going to show you how I make Moroccan lamb and lentil soup with all the vegetables that I can find, either from the fridge or from the garden. I first tried this dish a few years ago, and as soon as I tried it I knew I had to go home and try and make it. So it's probably a long way from the original dish that I tried, but this is how I make it and it's delicious. In here I've got a small lamb shoulder which I found in the freezer. Also, one of the reasons why I felt like making this dish is I did a freezer raid and thought I need to use this. So we've got, it's quite a small lamb shoulder and it fits in my slow cooker, so that's what I'm going to do it in. The reason I'm doing it in the slow cooker today is it's a cold day, I'm going to be stuck inside, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to smell something warming and delicious all day long? And so that's why I've decided to make it. So I've ducked outside to get a bit of veg, and there's not a lot on offer in the middle of winter, but I did find a few stems of celery, a couple of spring onions, a couple of salad turnips. Now I don't like being told I have to use turnips for salad, so I'm going to use them for both. I presume it means because they're sweet enough to be used in a salad. I've snuck in, don't tell Matt, but I've sneaking in some coriander leaves and stalks. Shh, don't tell him. What he doesn't know won't hurt him. And then I found these beautiful, I've got lots of these, Silverbeet, thank goodness for them. Look at this gorgeous one. So I'm going to use these as the stem. I'm definitely using the stem because that's a delicious vegetable. And look at this tromboncino pumpkin. So sold as tromboncino squash. It's sold as a crook neck squash. It's sold as tromboncino, and it is, well, it's a pumpkin, but it's like a butternut pumpkin, and all the way down here there's no seeds. It's like a butternut, and then just in the bottom here, this bulbous bit is a few seeds. So absolutely gorgeous, and the skin, you can use the skin, so I like that. I've got lentils to go in and spices, so that's pretty easy. So I'm just going to get chopping. Now this, because this is cooking away all day, and we're talking about it's only 10 in the morning, so we'll be eating at about 6, so it's going to have 8 hours blipping away in here. If I was doing it on the stovetop, I'd probably fry the onion and celery and silverbeet stems just to get some colour and sort of advanced flavours, but that would cook it in about 2 hours. But because this is going on 8 hours in the slow cooker, we can just skip that step, which is even more why I like it. So often when you grow celery at home, you get stringy bits. Now, if you just make sure you cut across the grain, just want to make sure you're seeing what I'm doing here. So I'm just cutting it across the grain here, so that way you're actually not getting any side effects from the stringy bits. You're effectively cutting them and making them tender, so that's fine. Now I pop them in. Here's the thing. Most people chuck this away. Okay, I don't chuck this away. This is delicious. I don't know what everyone's problem is. The only time I don't keep it is when I've had so many snails or bugs on it that it looks horrible, and those bits I throw away. I have rinsed these because, yeah, we have snails. I have an organic garden, so sometimes you have to rinse away the bugs. So that's the celery, always smells good. Here's the spring onions. Now I like to, just because I like to hurry up and chop things, I like to make them all into one sort of pile. Start the yucky bits, and then I'm chopping one lot, but all of it at once, so it's easy. Here we go. These will all but disintegrate by the time 8 hours has happened, and they'll just be part of the yummy soup. Here we go. Spring onions. Try not to cry. No guarantees. Okay, now the stems, the silverbeet. I love showing this bit because this is my favourite part. I don't like to wash them, but I will just check. And how I get the stuff off, I like to give it a thwack and strip it off. Now, because I've only just picked this, this is like, I don't know if you can hear that crunchy, squeaky sound. That's the flavour of fresh right there. So I'm just going to strip them off. Yeah. So good. Anger management. Now, if I saw heaps of bugs and snails when I whacked them just then, I would then go and wash them. But because I only saw one, I'm happy that I got it. We'll just clean this inner stem. There we go. Now, I don't want big gobfuls. When I'm having a soup, I don't like big chunky bits in the soup. I like to get a mouthful that is the perfect mouthful every time. And so to do that, it means you need to chop things smaller so that you can get a bit of this, a bit of everything on the soup spoon. That's, I don't know, it's a pedantic thing. If you like yours chunky, you can cut it chunky. 8 hours, man. This is going to cook down. So, and I love, love, love the colour of these stems in the soup. And I do like the Ford Hook Giant variety of Silverbeet, but if there's hot pink ones and orange ones and golden ones you can grow as well, I mean, why wouldn't you? They taste the same. But the colour, it's the colour. So here we go, we've got the salad turnips. Being a rebel here, I might just try one just to see. Bit like a radish, but sweeter. That would so go in a salad. They should totally call it a salad turnip. That way people would understand. That's delicious, but also has that earthy root vegetable flavour. So a bit of chopping there. That wasn't hard. Oh, I found a bit of celery heart I accidentally ripped out. I'll chuck that in. All the leaves of the celery. Now sneak this coriander in. Do not tell Matt it wasn't here. Oh, and the spring onion's just starting. All right, now I am going to add, I might actually add the Silverbeet leaves right at the end, about 10 minutes before serving, because I will chop them really, really fine. Actually, I'll do that now. This is how I chiffonade, very unneatly. Pop it in the tightest possible bunch you can. Tuck it all in and basically do as thin a slice as you can. This is called a chiffonade. You can call it what you like. Basically chop as small as you can, as easy as you can, and then I go the other way. So I don't want long stringy bits in my soup because then that won't fit on the soup spoon. I've got a method to my madness. There we go, that's going in. And the pumpkin, I'm excited to show you this. Let me just wipe it down because it's been, I pick them and leave them on the table out there just because I haven't got enough room in the house for all the pumpkins. There we go. Now, if I cut anywhere along here, it's all going to be pumpkin. And so it's all kind of that flesh all on the inside. So I just got all the dirt off it, drop some on the floor, and there we go. Do some strips. Once again, little bite-sized pieces. This can be normal. Look, I'm shaking the table. This can be normal size, normal pumpkin. This could be carrots, sweet potatoes. This is basically the vegetables that you have on hand. Doesn't really matter. It could be broccoli stems, cauliflower stems. They're really good in the soup. We often chuck those bits away. When we get to the spices, that's what's going to give it the flavour, so that's beautiful. It does go more orange as well, but this one, it's funny, pumpkins are quite interesting. They will keep fruiting even though it's nearing the stage where it will never produce and grow and mature a pumpkin in time, but that won't stop it flowering and still producing a pumpkin, which is quite bizarre. Nice little pieces So this will last me quite a few dishes, really. I might have to call it Moroccan lentil and pumpkin soup because this is the star ingredient at the moment. Look at that. That is great. Now, if you had some red capsicum, that would be equally delicious in here. I've got quite a bit of stuff going on here, so I'm actually going to put that, I'm going to put the spices in so that you can see, and the juicy bits. And the juicy bit in this one is, in particular, is tinned tomatoes and water and stock. These are the three kind of quintessential Moroccan spices. We've got cumin. Now you're going to want me to measure this, but I don't. It's about a tablespoon. Coriander. I've never used this side. This little tiny portion of the coriander. I'll just go the big side. There we go. Go big or go home. And the turmeric is a similar amount. This will give a lovely gold colour and it's really good for you. Now, because I don't have liquid stock, I just use some of this, and it's also about a tablespoon. And then, right, here are the last ingredients. A tin of tomatoes. Diced or whole, I don't care. Or if you make your own passata, that would be great. The last is a packet of lentils. Beautiful. And enough water to kind of come to the top of the veggies. I would estimate that's about 2 litres. Yeah, that's beautiful. The veggies will give off their own juice as well, but stir to combine. You could use a spoon, but I don't want to dirty your dish at this stage, so in it goes. Here we go. And that is on high, which really is extremely low when you think about it. I'll put the lid on that. If you like it, then she'll put a lid on it. And let's just have a look here. Definitely got high. Oh, this is my job done. Like 10 minutes of mucking around, and that includes picking the veg. So a nice quick dish, and then a slow all day. The house is going to smell so good. Then at the end, oh, I put the Silverbeet in, didn't I? So you really should put the Silverbeet in at the start, and that way it will reduce all of its, it will release all of its iron goodness and greenery throughout the whole dish. Well, I might freshen my serve up at the end with some lemon juice and maybe a dollop of Greek yogurt and some more fresh coriander. I dare say there will be others in this family who shall remain nameless, Matt, that will not be partaking in the coriander at the end. But that's not me. I like it now. I never used to, since I turned 40, which was just, you know, not long ago, so sure you believe that. Maturity comes at 45, they say, so we've got just a few months to go. Now, what I've got to show you is the next day, and I'm sorry, but we forgot and we ate dinner last night. So it was ready at 5 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock the meat didn't come off the bone, and at 5 o'clock I just touched it and it just kind of slipped off the bone. It was fantastic. So then I took it away and I cut it up and popped it back in the soup, and it was amazing. Here's what it needed to finish off. It needed another tablespoon of stock powder because it was a humongous soup, and it needed some pepper, and the secret ingredient that often things are lacking in your taste buds when you're tasting them is a pinch of sugar. Now, whenever you use tinned tomatoes or passata to counteract the bitterness of the tomatoes that have been preserved, you often need just like a teaspoon of sugar. For that whole big dish was enough to actually balance all the flavors, and everything was in harmony after that. So that's all it needed. And now, so my favorite part is the next day leftovers. I don't know about you, but often things taste better the next day. So today, this is my lunch, so I thought I'd show you how I serve it up. So I've heated up a nice portion. It's lovely and thick, and it's stinking hot. You can probably see the steam coming off it. Now, I'm going to put a thing of yogurt on the front, a dollop, and some coriander. Now, I do quite like If it was just for me and not everybody, I'd add a bit more chilli, or I would actually add chilli. But I just did think, because I'm going to take some food photography of this, because this is going in my cookbook. So I found this cute little tartlet shell. And I thought, oh, that would look awesome as well. So I'm going to serve that. I've got some crusty wholemeal bread I made to go with it. And here you go. So I'll show you in a minute how I'm going to photograph it. And I better taste it for you. I don't want to muck up the nice picture, but definitely it's stinking hot, but I'll go in. It's going to burn if I take that. Just one moment. Just one moment. I'm sure I'll edit that bit out. Mmm. 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 The lamb is so tender. Literally just melts in your mouth. And the flavour is just very delicious. Now I'm just going to get this looking perfect. When you see this picture later, just remember I licked that spoon. Make sure that just gets right. And I better do it soon because the heat of that soup is going to melt that yogurt into it. So I really hope you give this a go. Absolutely feeds a crowd. There were 6 of us last night. I gave 2 soups away to my brother and sister-in-law today. There's this one and there's another 2 serves. 6, 8, 9, 10 portions at least of this soup in that small shoulder of lamb and all those veggies. So, and so good for you, but tastes good as well. That's the main thing. Anyway, I'll bring this over and I'll show you how I photograph it. So I've got a little spot here by the window, big natural light and a coffee table. And I'm going to try and get a shot of it from above and I'll see how that goes. And as you can see in this photo, I think it come up a treat and it was absolutely delicious, and I'd rather not show you the empty plate because I really did scoff it. So I'll see you next time.